A lot of you guys are waiting for me. Here we go ahead and get this started here. Looking for my stream so I can. There we go. Get where I can get all the messages and everything. Trying to get set up, you know how it goes. Every time I'm not a professional. Oh, these old flapping lips is already there. Every time I'm not a professional. Oh, these old flapping lips is already there. This frame. I want to give you back feed and all that. Tim, you were here before me? Yeah, I know. Carson Green, what's up, man? Want to start off with a few weeks ago, we had that the moderator that got hacked or whatever it was. Actually found quite a bit of legit accounts was in the blocked from the channel list. So I've been trying to go through and unblock those. I know some of them were known spammers, like Back-a-Balls or whatever it was. So got them taken care of. So but they're still blocked. But I know Joe Gerd was blocked. I'm like, man, what's up with that? So yeah, it was more than just a 300-second timeout. He was blocking people. But anyways, here we are. Carson Green, hey money, hey buddy. Hippie's Place, what's up, buddy? Ontario, Canada. Mark Vasir, what's up, buddy? Jay-Z's RC, what's up? Sancho, best out of the box crawler. The toughest one will be the Traxxas TRX4. I'd say the most capable one would be the Element Ecto. Mike Morrow, hey buddy. Jeff Ramsey from Ohio. Is it still cold up there? We actually had a nice cool day here in Florida, like 72 degrees. It was beautiful, beautiful outside. One of the last ones before summer rolls in. Matt Harris. Thanks, hippie. I appreciate it. Keegan. That's right. You are from Ontario. Yeah, is it so cold up there? George Mitchell. Hey, buddy. You had snow. Yeah. When I was up at Nationals, we had snow on Saturday. Well, I say snow. It was kind of like a couple flurries of who knows what. And with some ice mixed in. But it only lasted for like an hour maybe. Let's see. Ooh. I always mess up my own email. There is my email address. Here we go. Heck yeah, we're going to get this thing fired up. Pin message. All right, I just pinned my email address in case you guys need to get a hold of me for who knows what. All right. Alan Smith, is my test course in my backyard? Yes, sir, it is. We call it the Exoplex. Tim Clark found out this week Vidivan makes an on-axle conversion for Kyosho straight axles. Really? Vidivan makes a servo on-axle conversion. Really? I'll be talking to Arthur about that. In fact, mine with the black RC truck with RC truck, of course, the black monster truck with the 4-wheel steering still has the broken housing. Is he making housings for it? If he is, I'm all over it. Harold Rivera, hey buddy. Where's your tip? Hippie's Place. 32 and snowing all day. Wow. It was like 72 here. It was just perfect. William Carey. Cool, buddy. Thank you. Man, lots of Canada checking in tonight. Dang. Awesome. Heck yeah. Chainsaw. You were actually one of the ones that was blocked on the list, dude. I'm like, wait a minute. And I saw your name. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is not somebody that I blocked. So that spammer that got into the moderator account of whoever it was actually had you blocked. So I'm glad to see you back, buddy. I was kind of worried, man, these guys are going to have their feelings hurt, you know, not being allowed and all that and just run and leave. But anyways, Yeah, see, I've got the freestyle conversion on mine, but the housing is what's broke. And then I guess I need to try to find the old style because the new housings are a little different. And I'm using two of the short sides on that truck, so it doesn't have the full width axle housings on it. Hippie's place, I guess so. I appreciate it. You guys got the resident guy up there, Mr. Sparks. Yeah, you guys got him. Man, I can't wait to see that 53 horsepower Raminator really run. He messed with it a little bit, I think, but I don't think he ever got on it. Oh, I got mine converted to electric. I've got several videos that are up for members right now. Not sure what I'm going to put up tomorrow. I guess the sledge is in the other room. I've got 2 rooms now. I might put the sledge up tomorrow. That's kind of interesting. AA day, Ridgefield, Washington. Woo! Man, what is it like lunchtime out there? It's got to be like 3 o'clock or something out there, right? In Washington? You're like Washington State, right? Not like Washington, D.C. Ah, thank you, Tim. Man, I broke the steering on that thing, so I've got a new Puerto Rico checking in. Welcome, is it Ishmael? Ishmael, yep, I'll go with that. The little bell crank thing on the front of it, actually, because I kept having to adjust it, right? And I kept having to pull the tie rods in further and further. I didn't really realize it, but it actually bent and ripped the bolts out of that. So I've got 2 of those ordered. I want to do rear steer on it, but man, I've had a heck of a time with the front steer only. Oh, excuse me. And when I jump and land on the back, it's like, do I want that potential issue? I've also got, guys that I'm talking to right here haven't seen the video if they're not a member, but it's got 3 10-amp BECs in it. I've got the 20-amp BEC Pro coming. That's actually good 12S. So I may actually hook that up to the main batteries versus the 3S. Because the 3S runs the fan, and then I had to convert that down to 7.4 to run the water pump. Because it's water cooled. But yeah, it's definitely got more power. It doesn't feel overpowered at all. I was really kind of surprised in that. It does not feel overpowered at all. All right, let's get back on the questions here. 4Link RC is in Hawaii. Man, this channel is worldwide, isn't it? You guys are all over the place. That's awesome to have you. He broke the black Raminator. That was the trail truck, right? I watched some of the video where he took it out and all that, but I didn't watch all of it. Probably in the forward reverse, because I got to set that up on mine. Mine is, I've got to adjust that servo or something. It doesn't quite get the reverse like it should. I think it doesn't have the vibration to actually go back into gauge, so I may have to actually open it up. But well, Tim, as soon as I get the steering pieces in, I'm going to do the modification that I mentioned, which is nothing more than a steel bar to go across the top of the bolts to keep them from spreading and pulling out. It's something you guys can build. When I get them in, I'll build this piece, and I'll show you guys the specs so you guys can build this piece at home. Who knows? I might make 6 or 7 of them or something like that. I don't know, but it should be pretty simple. It's just I believe it's a 6mm hole on that one, probably 30mm apart. I'm not sure. I don't have the parts in yet, so I'm just guessing on that. But anyways, Mike Moore bought an Axial Bomber per your coupon. Amen. Contacted me a day later, tell me there weren't any more after I purchased 100. Well, send them back, Mike. See if you can send it back. Call them up and tell them, take the parts back too. Ship them back. I don't have my bomber anymore. I actually I think I sold it. Yeah. I sold it or traded it, something or other. Yeah, just put return to sender or something on it. See if you can ship that back too, hey man. That sucks. I figured at $230 off of a $460 truck, that's half price, man. Something's up with Horizon. Something's up with that brand. I'm not sure why they'll be doing sales that deep. I mean, those are some serious sales. I kind of wonder if the blue, well, he's got the mega truck for the trail truck. But I don't know what's going on with Horizon. But maybe they're stopping production of that vehicle or something, and I don't know. Yeah, Mike, tell them you need to return it. I mean, really. So they wouldn't even honor, like, put you on a waiting list for when they come in? Or do they just cancel your order completely and all that? JD's RC, what's up, man? Oh, the parts weren't from A-Main. Well, can you still return them? Don't know. Patrick, do you have any hard body rigs? I do not. Well, I do have the Midnight Pumpkin, but that's probably not what you're wanting. Reed, got my Vidivan full pack because your vids inspired me. It's awesome, man. Oh man, Outcast, yeah, buddy. eBay, it might be a little bit rough to get, man. I was able to add portal adapters to my Ecto from a 10.2. Really? You fit portal adapters on your Ecto? Different element, front axle on the rear. Everything works good. RC 4-wheel drive. Yeah, they got their materials are not up to par. Just not. Tim Carr on the steering, it looked like it needs a brace in the head side of the bolts. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And what I'm thinking of doing maybe is doing one at the bottom under the joint and then putting one on top. That way they're bridged at both. I mean, the bottom piece is pretty darn stout. I think if I keep the bolts from spreading, I think it'll be just fine in all honesty. But I ordered two just to have one on spare. I generally order spare parts, especially when they're kind of not too expensive, you know. Ishmael, what do I do for a living? I'm still a mechanic. Still a mechanic. I work on forklifts and all kinds of industrial equipment. Hopefully that'll change next year, because when I get asked what do you do for a living, I'll say this right here. I don't know yet. I'm trying though. I am trying my best. Is it possible in an HPI Wheelie King turn? You can turn anything into a crawler, but I think they had the Crawler King version of that. But I don't know if I would really mess with it. Maybe probably something fine for the trail. Probably fine for the trail for the most part. Here, let me take care of something here. There we go. Turn off my AC. All right. I need to get back down. I'm missing everybody's comment. Horizon is going into receivership. What's receivership? Because I'm totally interested into what's going on with Horizon and these sales. It's like they're trying to liquidate a lot of product. That's a kick with $90 from me. Yep. Yeah, George. Working on the Wendigo. You drive your X-Men. Do you ever break a lot of parts? All right, everything just moved here. Buddy Nash, dude, I love the Badlands. People say, oh, they're too heavy, blah, 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 blah. Well, I put them on a scale, and they were maybe a couple ounces, if that. So, no, we don't break things because of those tires, buddy. Those tires hold up great. We've never had one blow out, never had one come off the bead. And even if we did, which is kind of impossible because they're captured the way their beads are bolted together, get those. If they have a hole in the wheel, which I believe they do, seal that up. The reason is, if you let that thing pull. As it expands, it's pulling vacuum on that hole. So any dust or water or moisture is pulling into the tire. I seal my tires up. I see people, there's all kinds of thoughts on it. Seal them up, vent them, blah, blah, blah. It's sandy, and it's sandy in a whole lot of parts of the world. You get that sand in there, you get that moisture in there, and that's when you have problems. On my crawler tires, I vent those. All right. Good coop. George, there was a lot of deals, man, and I didn't even post them all up. They refunded me money and gave me some credit. Still bitter. That sucks, Mike. So they would not. They must be gone. That bomber must be gone. RC kaput. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. CE clearing out space for all the 2022 stuff to empty our wallets. CE, I can tell you right now. If they revamp some of the stuff like the SMT10 with the rift axles and all that. Not that I need another SMT10, but I'll buy one. You know, if they ever make like a SCX6 that's like a Rift, I'll buy it. I don't need it, but I'll certainly buy it because it's a lot of fun. I love jumping my SCX6, but with the portals and all that, it adds so much leverage that it just causes issues. But if I was able to jumper, I'd keep it straight axles and keep the wheels and tires in. That way you don't have all the leverages working on it, because that was how I bent the output splines on those servos. Ah, man. All right. Tim Clark, yeah, buddy. Hold on, I see 73 watchers and 35 likes. Woohoo! CK Hobby Shop, yeah, buddy. I'm an auto mechanic for 40 years. I don't see that changing. CK, I am trying my best to change it. I am tired of waking up for somebody else. I want to wake up for me. Do what I got to do at the park, in the backyard. Build the RCs. Maybe start a second channel. You know, do stuff like that, which I think would be awesome if I could do it for me. I just don't have time with the current channel, with the park, with events and all this stuff to actually even try to put up a second channel that's worth anything. I actually do have one called Joe Reviews It, but I haven't put up anything up 2-3 months, maybe 4 months. It's just sitting there dead. Les RCD Justin. I am from North Florida. Jay-Z's, my wife don't care. She's telling me, oh, do it and move up to Atlanta. I'm like, look, I got the park in the backyard. But if you think about it, I can do this RC anywhere. And I know that Atlanta is a whole lot closer to awesome places like Beat the Creek. It's the Addictive RC when they do all their RC bouncer stuff and all that. It's a whole lot closer than North Florida, you know? I don't know. I can't see me letting this place go, though. All right. As usual, blah, blah, blah. Kevin Mendez, what's up, buddy? Just ordered all Vidivan aluminum. Woo, boy, that was a big old chunk, wasn't it? You should have emailed me and asked me to get all of that for you. Might would have took a little longer, but I could probably saved you a few dollars on that. These old flapping lips, there you are. You were late, young man. Wow. SCX6 Rift is something I've been plotting on. Dude, I would love to see that. The Crawling Tire Wars was awesome, Kevin. Man, can you guys believe RC 4-wheel drive won that? I was expecting Proline when I first started it, and then on the first one it just went blah. And J Concepts just tore them up, but it was RC 4-wheel drive, G-Made, the 1904s, which are a really good tire, by the way. And then I believe it was J Concepts Tusk, I believe it is, which is actually what's on the new UGRC right up here. Oh yeah, you guys haven't seen that yet. I don't think I've uploaded that video yet, even for members. Oh, man. Yeah. All right, I made it. Long day of driving. Awesome, awesome. Tweaked RC. Hope everyone's having a good week. So far, my week has been good, except for having to wake up and go to work. What kind of battery do you run for your servo? Not sure what size. I ordered Reese 2000. Reese 2000? Go ahead and run that thing on 4S, dude. It's good for it, and it's a monster. When you go to power that thing up, make sure your fingers are not in the way. It will hurt you. Make sure you are clear of that. Traxxas is going to discontinue. That's why I had a hard time linking them up, because I was looking for affiliate links for the Blazer. I found the Bronco, but couldn't. Only found the black Blazer in a few places. Joe Girding is back, buddy. I'm sorry you got banned. I'm sorry you got blocked, buddy. That was not something I did. Sith Killer, no state income tax in Florida, though. You are correct. You are correct. Yeah, buddy. You see, I love my RC 4-wheel drive TR. I've had some good RC 4-wheel drive tires, man. And somebody mentioned they got a new compound or something, which I haven't heard about, but I guess I did hear about it when it was mentioned to me. Going to win. Dude, I thought J Concepts had this one wrapped up, man. But G-Made and RC 4-wheel drive just took it. And I believe I said in the end, I said that the RC 4-wheel drive made it faster than the ruptures. But looking back at it, I think the ruptures went up faster than the RC 4-wheel drive, the Baja Pro X's. RC Daily is here. G-Speed V1C1. Taking the cliffhanger off and putting a hard body on. All right. Lots of hard bodies for skill points at the Nationals. And I got to tell you guys, the Nationals was absolutely awesome. It was a great thing to see. I'm going to build some of those winch sticks that they made. I was hoping I would win one of those in the raffle. I almost went up there and just asked if I could buy one, you know. Just let me buy one of them and bring it back. But I'm going to implement those both here at the Exoplex whenever I start running comps again, which I'm not sure if it'll be until the fall. But I don't know. It'll be, well, I got distracted here. But at the Winter Series in Lake City at the Barbarian Scalplex, we're going to have the winch sticks from now on. Because we pull them out, we put them down, we put our foot on them and whatever we got to do. And now it's like, man, we can put this up and go for it, you know? How come you left so many tires out of your challenge? What made you choose? Mike Moore, because those were the tires that I had. I actually went through. The reason you saw the Traxxas tires was because I ran out of tires. That was why I put the Traxxas tires in it. Plus, I just kind of wanted to see what they would do. And then, like, I went up on brand new, and they went on quite a bit higher than after I had run them a little bit. Because I had to break them in a little bit, get them a little bit dirty. You put a brand new sticky tire against tires that haven't been washed or cleaned or maintained very well. You know, it's kind of an unfair advantage. These will flap. Dropped a bomber on my last Saturday. So you got one of them bombers, huh? Oh, boy. Yeah, some guys didn't get the bombers. How come you left so many? Yeah. Baja Pro. Oh, the Reese 888 looks awesome. But, dude, I got to tell you guys, his 777, the 900, the 1100s, those are way stronger than what you could possibly need. But what's got my attention is that Alacritus 300, that winch. Holy moly, I'm way down here. That Alacritus 300 winch. The thing I saw at the Nationals was everybody trying to get them to go faster, but you can't pull on them things. You cannot adjust your vehicle. You can't do anything with it. But I think the Alacritus 300, I believe it's called Alacritus, or maybe he named it something else. I'm gonna get one of those. It should be fast enough to get out, back and in. I know a lot of these servo winches, they don't have a hold on them very well. They'll kind of drift. But after seeing, now the way we drive, sometimes we want them to hold, and if it's drifting back, it can be a bit of an issue. the way these guys were driving, they were in such a rush, 6 and 7 minutes per course, that there's no time for it to drift back. I mean, boom. And when they were winching on the side and driving, that was just awesome to see. I'm gonna have to try that. Except that'll take 2 hands. I don't have 2 extra thumbs on the left hand. So, Donald, Quebec, Canada. What's up, man? How about a Class 1 tire test? I only have a few Class 1s. I think I've got the Class 1 landmines. I don't know. Got some Class 1 Pro lines. I think I've got Class 1 Hunters, also J Concepts. I don't have very many Class 1 tires. I would have to invest pretty heavily in that. You heard something about AE car. No, sir, I have not. Watching all those guys is what inspired me. Man, I tell you, if you have a chance to get to one of those, even if you're just standing back watching, do it. It's awesome. It was such a learning experience for me. George, I had never seen a winch stick myself. And I thought that was why would they do something like that? And then they started using it. Man, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. See any cool new products? The one thing that I want to get is the Weapon X Class 1. I want to buy that. It's like a fully printed leafer Class 1 truck. That thing is awesome. It's like he's got a motor on a 4-to-1 reduction running into a transfer case to feed the front. And then he's got something on it to go to the back. So you got your overdrive, I believe, on it. The motor is actually so low it scrapes the rocks when everything is up on it. I mean, you can't get a lower center of gravity than this. That's the one I'm wanting to get. He also had something else that I'm not even sure if I can make public or not. I'll have to ask him, see if I can make his Class 3 public. Wow. It'll probably get banned. It's so awesome. It's really awesome. Let's just say the breakover angle is insane on that thing. If you were there, you probably saw it on like Sunday. Freshly washed tire. RCA, you are absolutely correct. And that's why I did not wash anything. Just right off the trucks, right on there. Like, I mean, because you wash a tire, it's only going to be good for, maybe a few feet or so onto whatever course you're on. Maybe out of the Nats when everything was super clean and all that, from the range, washed everything off beautifully. Might would have stuck a little longer, but down here in Class 1, or I saw a comment, down here in the dirt, it doesn't last more than a few feet. My dad is still waiting for his to come in the mail. Man. Major Roads, what's up? Need a good servo for my TRX4 Sport. What you say? Major Roads, if you plug something big right into your stock ESC, it's only got 1 amp. You're probably going to want another ESC because you may have a brownout issue with that. But if you have an upgraded ESC, then probably try the, depending on your budget, you could do anything from a 35 kg off of Amazon all the way up into the big reef servos. Obviously, you get what you pay for. Power Hobby's got the 729, which I believe is their version of a Raw 500, and those are actually pretty good too. I think they're about 80 or 90 for those. Do you see anyone using elastic winch that you use? No, Mike, and I did ask about that. Using a full integrated DSM recovery kit, illegal. However, it was legal, even though I didn't see anybody use it, to use one of those stretch bungee style things on the end of a winch line. I did ask about that, and that was legal, even though I didn't see anybody using that. Probably because of the elasticity. When they're trying to do those winching up the sides, it might cause it to be, more floppy. As where a cable that doesn't stretch is more secure and more precise. And everything was about precision there. Everything was precise. Yeah, Ismail, yeah, RC Daily's right. Ruptures are awesome if you can find them. What are your thoughts about J Concert? Oh, okay, yeah. Did you see the SCX24 portal axle by RC four-wheel drive? I have not seen those Wildman 83, but I will tell you this: I've got that new bouncer cage coming from Furtech. So my little orange bouncer, my little printed mofo bouncer up there, is about to get a whole new chassis. Yeah, it's got that 90-turn PN Racing brush motor with a Lizard Pro, and it actually moves pretty good. So, George, any spare time hobbies chassis? In all honesty, I don't recall seeing any. But I wasn't really digging into looking into the chassis all that much. I saw some of the brazen, the high lows with the forward transmission and all that. That was really neat to see. So I got a feeling something like that may happen in the future. But first, I got to get past the Dirty South sitting up there. Turns 4, speedy servo, 4 bit slower, 555 shifts. These all flapping lips, yeah, those are good. Now the 444 doesn't have as strong of a gear train as the 500. So if you're bouncing around, you could actually take out the gears in the 444. RC Daily, I'm telling you what, I was disappointed to have to stand up there and give that ending. They really, they let me down a lot on the crawlers. I mean, that's a choice tire for us here. I mean, really. But yeah. Major Roads, 1800 kV. Awesome setup. Awesome setup. Yvonne Thibault, thanks for the good content. Thank you for watching. Just got the Exo Rift kit. I'm looking to get a motor and ESC. What do you think I could get for it? Oh, use a different radio than a Spectrum one. A lot of guys like the Mamba X and the 2400. 1515, I think it is, the one with the 5mm shaft. But I believe you got to do some trimming on the belly, on the skid to fit that in. I run a normal 550 motor in mine. The Holmes Polar Pro 540 XL. It's basically the size of a 550, a 2100 kV. But you'll definitely want, in my opinion, especially if you're going to run a riff like it's supposed to be, a Mamba X at the minimum, maybe a Monster X. I saw someone running a 60s Corvette body in it. Yeah, there were some Corvette bodies. There were some Beetles, bugs, and all that stuff. What you saw is all I got. You know, there was no way. I did not have enough time. I was supposed to do some interviews with G-Speed. I was supposed to interview Power Shift RC. I was actually supposed to interview the organizers. Just did not have time. Everybody was busy, running. In all honesty, it was just running like crazy. So busy. Is it possible to get Hobby Wing rotors without the can? You would have to contact Hobby Wing specifically on that. So I honestly don't know about. I don't have an answer for you on that one. The 729 is great. Yep. New direct power servos are killer. Direct power servos are absolutely awesome, but they require a little bit more attention, especially when you're running dual batteries like in something big. So, and I know I've said this in my video. I said this in the videos before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to run a direct power servo in something like the X-Max, I don't know why you would, but if you do it like in a DBXLE 8S, you know, something like that, make sure you tap the 4S battery that is feeding the negative side of the ESC. If you tap into the positive side, you may very well have a smoke show and burn up a receiver like I did. And I knew better. I just wasn't paying attention when I plugged it in, and poof, instant. I had to change wires all over the place. I mean, it really lit up all those little wires that I had. Killed the receiver, which happened to be a GT5 receiver, which actually, let me grab something. I got this transmitter in the other day. this is the new Fly Sky. Where's even the name of it at? I don't even see the name of the darn thing on there. But this is the newest one. Set to fail safe. No. It's got a ton of features on this thing. A lot of them. And I haven't even had a chance to really dig into it yet. It's got knobs right here, down here, right here, which is like a 3 position. I guess it's got a 3 position right up here. It's got knobs and stuff up here. So this thing is loaded with features, almost to the point that I'm not even sure if I can show the thing correctly. But at some point I'm going to try. It's also not very ergonomically inclined for one-handed driving. So I'm not sure if this is probably way too new to get a one-handed driving thing, but if this can do momentary for winching and all that, like I can hit that right there with my thumb and then drive with the other hand. Yeah, two-handed driving, go figure. This may be an awesome radio. So I think it was about 120 bucks or so. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting into this. I wish it was more ergonomically inclined for one-handed driving. So I've got a few different radios. Maybe I'll find something else when the little thumb drive thing will fit it. But anyways, all right, back to the comments. I get so off track and just start rambling on about everything. All right, Caleb Barker, can you give some pros and cons on the Rift portals? The pros is you gain axle clearance. You also gain gear reduction for crawling. The cons are it's going to offset and you're going to have more wheel scrub. So wheel scrub is where without wheel scrub, your tire turns like this, right? If you have a lot of wheel scrub, it's going to turn like this. And when it turns like that, it's more leverage against the servo. When you hit something with no wheel scrub, it hits. If you have like the wideners or something like that, you hit, it's going to try to jack it or turn things around, and it adds leverage. But overall, they're pretty darn stout. One guy did send me a message. He actually broke the top gear. I have no idea what he was doing, but I'm getting him a top gear on this order from Vidivan, so I'm going to get that replaced and taken care of. But yeah, awesome. I do love them. I mean, I got them on Thor, which is right there, and they're staying awesome. Jay-Z's RC, what are your thoughts on running 1.9 on 2.2 wheels? Some tires take that better than others. Some tires look good, they can stretch it and be perfectly fine. Other tires, they have too much. When you get that stretch, the sidewall is all stretched out and the tire tends to flop on it a little bit too much. You really got to be particular with the foams to make those work. Like I say, some tires work good, some tires are not so good. Say it, Bushy. Any ideas on why a brushed motor for SCX2? Yeah, on a brush motor. Well, are you stalling it with a lot of power trying to push up stuff? Also, the 66 turn might be a little bit fast for that. I run a 90 turn PN racing on my bouncer, and I run that on 3S, and it seems to do pretty good. I mean, I don't, I haven't felt a need to put the temperature gun on it yet, but seems to be doing all right. Looks like an 80s handheld game. Yeah, Brian, it does look dated. The screen is very dated compared to what we have in modern technology. So this is the GT7. Yes, it is. The RCD. I'm glad you mentioned that. This is the GT7. Hey, Sam, the aux motor. Aux motor, right? But not. Okay, there we go. That might work for you. 3D print a one-handed helper. I mean, you can print anything, but if it's not made for it, or at least adaptable to it, I know it's a square unit underneath here because I did take that off already. I don't have my tools handy real quick, but I do know it's square, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe one of my old takeout Spectrums might fit. Marcus Landry, hey buddy. What servo horn did you use on the X-Max on the Raw 500 Black Sheep RC? I used the Traxxas UDR metal horn. That's what I used on that. See, right over the storm. George Mitchell, dude, man, that was awesome. Thank you. That's a huge, man. Thank you so much. George Mitchell, you're awesome, dude. Thank you. So do we like it? I'm just now getting here. Ashley, you're talking about this. So far, I think I'm going to like it, but I just need to get it to be a little bit more appropriate. It does have a steering gyro in it as well. So it should be pretty darn good. I just haven't had a chance to really dig into it. I've had it for about 2 weeks now. I haven't even got a video on it yet. Going to. Black Sheep. Hey, buddy. Thank you, George. I really appreciate that, man. Steve N. So that DBXLE video had the MGM ESC and the 30 in it. Holy moly. I can't imagine that thing with a Lenner motor and all in there. Dude, that DBXLE is my most dangerous vehicle, and I consider it more dangerous than the Raminator. That thing is, it's explosive. It really is. Any interest in the MGM combo on any of your rigs? Buddy, I looked at them, but they're $2,000 and $3,000 from what I saw, and I don't think that's within my price range right now. I mean, if I had it, in all honesty, about the easiest vehicle I could possibly see it going into, because I believe they're supposed to be more, they're not really rugged, right, for like a DBXLE, but you got it in yours. I'd probably want to put it on the Raminator, you know, kind of like what Sparks did, but yeah, I don't know. Actually, Connie, hit the like button. Thank you. Zilla Green, talk about the four-wheel steer capper. Zilla Green. Well, it's a capper. They took out the dig feature. I believe it's just locked out inside of the transmission, and they added rear steer to it. That's something we've done quite a bit, you know, in the past, way before the four-wheel steer capper came out. However, they done it with some new livery and all that, which, hey, awesome. Everybody can just go buy a four-wheel steer capper, which when you get that set up right and you get all your steering and all that adjusted, they're pretty darn awesome. They really are. No, he wasn't. Joe needs to get Vidivan on make replacements. Replacements for which vehicle? Now, I've actually mentioned the Raminator to Arthur, but he ain't got a Raminator. I mean, the Raminator is built pretty solid. I mean, about the only thing he could possibly make would be links, maybe a sway bar or something. I mean, the axle housings are pretty solid on that thing. I don't know what there's for him to make. It's an awesome truck. Have you got a chance to look at the Mamba X and 6-shooter? I did look at them, and they are currently in the bin right now, waiting for whatever I have come up. I have not had a chance to actually run them yet. So, hopefully soon. Hopefully soon. Let's see. What would you recommend that I put them in? Because it doesn't seem to be a bouncer style motor. I could put it in that, but it would just be for a quick video or something. I don't know yet. Transmitter before I buy one. Marcus, I can tell you it's got a ton of features, man. All kinds of stuff in the thing. I'll turn it back on and see if I can go through this. Let me see. I just try to... It's got all kinds mixes. I mean, it's got a ton of stuff, guys. Just a massive amount. And I honestly don't know where to even really begin with this. So, and then you scroll over and then you can scroll down like whatever. I mean, there are just options galore on this thing. Okay, that was just a sub trim. That's not too expensive. That's not too crazy there. Dual rates, dual rate on the steering, throttle rate, and brake rate. It's got dual rates on all of that. Curve. It's got steering curve, throttle curve, brake curve, exponential. Okay, that would be up. Yeah, this is something I'll have to mess with and figure out before I even try to begin a video on it. Because if not, I'll just be fumbling through the video. But it looks like it's going to be pretty decent. I just got to get into it. Average car guy. Let's talk about a new class. A new class of what? Brian, I don't know if the Raminator sells enough units to justify making parts. Right? And they already have like a stretch link kit and all that stuff. Sam Bushi checked out Horizon sale. Got some decent deals. Yeah. I've been posting stuff for like the last 3 or 4 days. Links on the well, I got my Facebook group. I put a couple on there, but the YouTube page and all that, put them all on that as a community post and all that. So yeah, lots of deals on Horizon. Oh, Vidivan Nightcrawler hop-ups. I don't know how many Nightcrawlers are out there. And then Arthur would have to get one to even begin working on it. Steering linkages, spark snap 2, not even hitting it hard. Well, if there's one thing he can do, he can make a steering linkage. And maybe I've got the top links for the Arma 8S Outcast. Possibly if the lengths are correct. I don't really like how you got the bell crank and then it goes through the other little lever and brings things back. It'll be better if it was just one straight piece all the way out, but I don't know the way they got them set up. My Raminator's been okay, but the steering has been my #1 issue with it. And the whole clutch locked up on it, which I actually show this in the video. One of these screws, and I don't have it here, but one of the screws of the clutch actually backed out, and that was locked up against the bell. So, and in the video, I actually push start the thing, and you guys will see that. But first, I got to get the conversion video up, and the conversion video is basically meant to try to show a little bit more in detail of doing the Fine Designs conversion on it. The pictures in the book are phenomenal, but I think I was able to show it a little bit more. Plus, I did a little bit different wiring on it. The way you would have to wire this thing, at least what I got out of it, was you would have to have your 4S batteries for your 8S system. Then you'd have to have a 3S, which they actually send you a 3S battery, which powers the fan for the radiator. Then you'll have to have a 2S to actually power the receiver and the water pump. Unless the water pump is good for 3S, I'm not sure. Oh, thank you, CE. So what I did was I used some BECs. I used 2 10 amps to power the Beast 1000 servos up front. Okay, because they pull a lot of amps, those big servos. And so I've got that, and then I have another one dropping it down, so I can use 1 3S and then the 2 4S batteries. This way I don't even have to pull the body off now. Literally, I can just, boom, take care of it all right there. But what I did notice is that all the batteries are exposed to direct sunlight, and if you've been around lipos enough, direct sunlight on top of them, plus the running, you have the heat on the outside coming into them, plus the heat on the inside coming out. That's not a good combination. The batteries are fine, but I may work on a cover, even if it's just a cloth cover, something, you know. Okay. I would put it in something as a limited motor room, like a spare time hobbies chassis with Capra trans, or if you build a G-Speed or Brazen. I've been told that the new Crawlmaster Mini ESCs at Holmes posted, he's got about a week and a half out on them. You'll have to solder everything up yourself. I told him I wanted 3 of these, by the way. I believe those will actually run that motor quiet. So, yeah, that would be cool. When building your crawler core, DRZRC, did you plan everything out before laying rocks or throw a pile down and fill in holes? A little bit of both. I planned out the line and the space, and then when the rocks were there, I did a lot of shifting. On some of the rocks out there, you'll notice there's a pathway underneath it, and that was obviously planned. My property, then, well, the water runoff has to have some place to go, and I didn't want to create a swimming pool back there. So I actually have some of those pathways. You can drive through it, of course, but you can also, it also allows the water to get off the property. So yeah, a little bit of both on that. So yeah, I got the LMT roller. Mark Shum, yep, yes sir. What's up, Thomas Beeman? When are you going to decide to do rear steer on the Raminator? Glenn Stauffenberg, I've already decided it's going to happen. I'm just not sure exactly when. I might get it ordered maybe the end of this month, maybe first of next month. I'm not entirely sure, but it should be done within 2 months. I'll get that ordered. I mean, heck, that's cheap, sort of. That's cheap, the kit. I believe it comes with 2 servos, which will probably break pretty quick, but I can at least put them on and go for it, you know? But anyways, I got to get the front steering figured out first. You know, the little idler arm things, both of them are kind of bent a little bit, but I don't know, they seem to be holding up now. I did my own 8mm mod to it, the bolts, which that seemed to help a lot. But anyways, yeah, it's going to get 4-wheel steering. I just don't think it's going to be, it's not going to happen by the end of this month. I don't think. You never know. I mean, I didn't really plan to buy the electric conversion. I just happened to click the order button. Accidents happen, right? Anyway, Trev, what's up, buddy? Brian Seidlers. Hey, buddy, what's happening? Vincey, can I buy a Wraith to 4-wheel steer my new Rift kit? Can you buy a Wraith to 4? If you're going to 4-wheel steer your Rift, you're going to need a mirror rear steer axle housing to do the rear steer, plus the knuckles, the tie rods, steering drag link, and then obviously a radio that can do it. Andrew DeCavia, did John mention of those Crawlmaster V2s will be black or purple? I did not see him mention anything about the color on those. Oh, John boy, dude, that Corley on 6S was just violent, and I can't believe I haven't broke anything on that. You know, those are some hard backflips. Standing backflips are not easy on anything. That was awesome. Okay, front relay winch controller has an awesome brake and powers my winches. Yeah, I've had the Hey OK before, but the way things are nowadays and the way the winches come pre-wired, ready to go, just plug and play, there's no need for that style on this style servo winch that we're running. I mean, heck, I do got the Power Hobby MX53 sitting right here. Gotta figure something out to put that in too. But those are plug and play. And the way those are set up, there's no more need for Hey OK on that style setup. If you're converting a servo and you have nothing but 2 wires coming out of the servo to power it from, then at that point, maybe a Hey OK will be fine. But even us, we used a Hobbywing 1060 ESC, and we powered them straight 3S. And we used a 3-position on our hacked FlySky GT3C, and that was how we winched. King Me, what's up, buddy? Glenn Stoffer, I'm planning on putting capper axles on my E10. Well, the biggest weakness on the capper axles, especially the steering axles, the C-hubs, where they go into the axle housing, I've broken about 3 or 4 of those. It's a notoriously weak part. So that's about the only thing that you really need to worry about. Sometimes you can break the gears inside of them, the portals, but unless you're driving really hard, those things shouldn't be an issue. When I broke the C-hubs on mine, it was because I fell and it like a side hit, slapped down on the wheel, and that was what actually messed it up. Yes, Knox, that is an internal spool winch. Yes. And the new Alacritus 300 is also an internal spool winch. So, yeah. A guy a few questions up asked about some Reefs servos. Brian. Let me see if I can scroll up right to here. I saw something about a 444 or a 500. Oh, it was the 422 or the 444. If I had to choose between those two, I would choose the 444. I believe this is the question that we're talking about here. Yeah, right here. Gujan Arnar Enerson, Reefs 422 or 444 for the TRX4. I'd go with the 444 because I believe it's got a stronger driveline, stronger gears in it. The 422s, they don't really take a lot of abuse. But 444, if you got it in your budget, the 500 has got bulletproof gear train in it, bomb-proof. Or you got the 777 or the 900 now or the 1100 and the new 888s. Yeah. Yeah. These servos are getting borderline just dangerous. They should come with warning labels. Not responsible for severed limbs. Mir, hey buddy. DRZ RC, almost done converting my Wraith 19 to portals and SOA. Nice. Which portals did you go with? The 10.3s or the Capras? DRZ. Chainsaw. My dog challenged me to a race breaking out the SMT-10. Buddy, if he grabs those tires, you're going to be fixing that SMT-10. Click Clacks RC. So how did you like the JX servo I saw you running? I've had mixed results with the JX servos, in all honesty. When I first messed with them was the 46 kg. And if you were sitting on a hill and that servo was under any load, after a few seconds, it would time out and just go neutral. You could just turn it all the way around wherever you wanted to. And that really kept me away from JX. But it appears they've actually corrected that and got things a lot better. But this was... heck, man, back in 2018 or 2019 or something like that when I first tested those. And I stayed away from them for a long time. Mir, there is a 888 out now. I have not got it yet, but I'm going to. And heck, I got the 900, the 1100. They're insane. I've got the 900 and the UGRC truck right there. And it's insane, but I've also got the 1100, so I'm probably going to put the 1100 in there because why not, right? If I got it, the 1100 is supposed to be stronger. I don't know what that 888 is going to put out though. See, do I remember correctly that you're going to be getting or building a C1 or C2 rig? Yeah, I want to get, I believe it was, heck, I forget, CBE, Performance RC, something like that. They have what's called the Weapon X chassis. It's a full printed Class 1 leafer. He tied for first place at the Nats with this truck. So it's absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, that's the one I'm after. That's the one I'm after. But I'm not sure if it'll happen this month or next month. But as I understand it, they're about $1,000 to get this thing. So it's not a cheap truck. But then again, if you're building a straight competition, high-level competition truck, $1,000 is quick, right? I mean, really. So, I mean, it's sad, but it's true. I have a Raw 500 in my rip and use some waterproof something. The Raw 500 is waterproof. Yeah, the Raw 500, I've put those underwater quite a bit. Look at the HK Hobbies. They got some lower cost servos, and that's actually pretty good. I got one of those in something. I'm not sure what. Maybe it was the Rebel RC. I think I've got it in. That one actually seems to be pretty good. What about waterproof reef servos? I don't really know what to pick for my Gladiator for steering. I believe all your reef servos are waterproof, aren't they? I know the 500 is. If you want to go direct power, man, 777 is where it's at. But I haven't had the 888, and I'm not. Is the 888 direct power? I'd have to look it up. All right, Tim Clark's had good luck with the 35 kg JX servos. Yeah, mine was a 46, and that just didn't impress me. I actually had 3 of the servos, and I traded them for 4 of the cheap 25 kg servos. My buddy had them. He wanted them. I'm like, you know what? I'll trade you even. Boom, done. So that was how I got rid of the 46 kgs. What's my favorite 1.9 tire? I'd have to. It was the Proline crawler, but heck, now I've got to go with J Concepts landmines or the Tusk. And the anti-foam, if it's a really lightweight vehicle, do the single stage. If it's a little bit heavier, like what the UGRC right there is, do the dual stage ones. Okay, gotcha. Ask my wife's Frenchie how a fairly built brushless SMT. Well, your SMT must be stronger than mine because your bulldog would probably tear up my truck. Any idea, Glenn, on what all SOA 4-link axles are there? Well, there's actually quite a few conversions. You can do it on the Ecto 10.2 axles because I've got those. Obviously, the Rift is servo on axle. The SMT, the AR60 is servo on axle. I believe 1/10 RC has mounts for the 10.3 portals. You can do that. Obviously, the Capra is servo on axle. I guess that'll be about all the mainstream ones right there, isn't it? There's also an adapter to do it on TRX4 housings. So, yeah. Nice. 888 914. That's going to be plenty strong enough. I didn't get to watch it. I was at work. Jeez. Work. Horrible. What C-hub would you use for the Capra? Well, the Capra plastic housings are molded together. You can't just change the C-hub. So you kind of... A lot of guys at the comps were running the metal housings because of the breakage of that. So, yeah. I think too much about the high end. Brian Sedlers, did you did a segment on a set of the reef beadlocks? Are they worth the money? And is he still making the reefs? I thought he discontinued those. But that's them right here. And so far, they've held up great, but it's not really on a truck that I'm going to beat up a lot, but they look beautiful. Nice deep dish. They look really good. And so far, been perfect for me, but I'm not putting them on something that's going to beat the heck out of them either. So if you were to stick with a brush motor in the bomber, what motor would you use? You want to go at least 15, 20 miles an hour. You're going to burn that motor up. But if you're going to burn them up, you might as well go cheap. 8-turn Crawlmaster Sport. That's actually a really good motor, but you're pushing something like that, 15 to 20. Them brush motors, they don't like that. Brushless is so much more durable. Just really, they're a durable setup. And speaking of that, I've got 2 Traxxas 2-wheel drive Stampedes. They're both like the XL5 ones. And the game plan is to build 2 of them side by side with the cheapest brushless system, like $35 on Amazon. And then I'll probably put some HK servos in there. Probably put It's not going to be, I want to keep them cheap as I can. And I'll see if I got some takeout radios with a steering gyro to put on them. And this way, when the grandson or granddaughter comes over, I can just let them go have fun. If they burn up a $35 system, so be it. If they melt the truck down, well, I don't have a whole lot involved, right? Black Sheep RC. That roll 500 is plenty for the X Max. It is for mine. The raw 500. Yep. I see. Yeah, raw. Glenn Summer. What would be the proper motor to go in with portal axles for the E10? Portals are pretty much going to cut your speed in half. Okay. If you're wanting to crawl, you're going to have a lot better low-end crawl resolution, a lot better low-end crawl torque and control. But you may want to, I never really suggest pinion gearing up because you change so much. I need to do a video on pinion gears in the crawlers and just how much it affects everything. You'll notice I very rarely pinion gear up my crawler. Sometimes I'll pinion gear down, but I go with a faster motor. That's for better low-end resolution. Maybe I need to do a video on that just to try to show a little bit of that. I have to figure out one of my vehicles to do that on. But yeah. Oh boy, I done lost you. I was cricket shows report. Okay. Oh, okay. But as far as the motor goes, you may end up going with something like an 8-turn Crawlmaster Sport just to keep it on the low end. But go with the Hobbywing 1080 ESC. Go with that. Give you a lot better control down low. Plus, you can turn the pulse width modulation up so it's inaudible. You can't hear it like that. South Florida, you finally made it, man. We've been online for 3 hours. Yeah, there's a lot of delay between what I'm saying and seeing you guys pop up. Actually, see, you guys will ask a question, and it's answered before I even get to it. You know? Matt 182, need my claws, please DM cash waiting. Need my claws, please PM DM cash waiting. Okay. I don't know what a me-claw is. Same on the wrists. Paul. I've had a K power server on 7 years. Pretty good. Those 12-turn tracks of motors are pretty quick. We need something above 3K for the bomber. And I really think it's going to burn the motor up. But they really need to brush the system. Even if it's the $35 system from Amazon. Even if it's something like for that. You know, I think you'd be better off with a brushless anything. So, what is the advantage of a steering gyro on a crawler? This is a question by Marcus Landry. I don't think there is one. If the crawler is going to be running fast and bouncing, maybe on like a U4 style course, maybe. You know, that may actually be pretty darn good. But I'm sorry, I'm distracted here. That may be pretty good, but on all my crawlers that I run a vehicle with a steering gyro, I just simply turn it off. So, hang on a second. So, I have an XR8 with a 4300 and my 4x4 shash. I hardly ever use, but I get a motor to use with that. You can put the 4300 kV in there and it's going to be ballistic. My buddy Mark Perella, he had a 4300 Tekin in his, and man, that thing was wild. Wild. Raw 500 going in the Creighton 6S, that'll work perfectly. I may be getting rid of my Arma Mojave, and if I do, I'll be able to replace it with the Arma Mojave EXB. So I got to have a Mojave in my lineup, you know. So, but anyway, I may be getting rid of my Mojave. A little off topic, but when you mentioned the Creighton 6S, it kind of brought up the Mojave in my head. For the grandkids, get the Hobby Wing BL 1060. They're super cheap, but awesome for the money. I'll have to check into that, but $35 for like a 3500 kV system off of Amazon. You know, it's kind of that's a good price. Yeah, RC Daily. I'm kind of wondering what he was talking about on that as well. Jay's here at Paul Clancy. Well, maybe less. Do you think any of the spring sale RCs are going to be discontinued, Paul Clancy? I think so. I think they're trying to liquidate their stock, or if you guys have noticed the past few years, RC's been just getting more and more and more expensive. Every new model is more expensive than the last model. It just seems to be going too far. They're either about to liquidate and discontinue a bunch of models like the Bomber, possibly. Now, the aftermarket for the Bomber is still going to be there. Part supply is still going to be there. That's not a problem. But I think they're about to revamp their whole lineup. I don't know anybody at Horizon, but it's just my thoughts and seeing what I'm seeing, you know. There's cheap brushes in the C's that has issue, not the motor. They might. All season shredders. I've got a Typhon 6S. And my track back there is so nasty. I can't see getting a TLR. My 6S, I actually ordered a whole bearing kit, shim kit, and all that. It's currently out in the shed. You push this thing, it's like a squeaking shovel on a chalkboard. It's horrible. I got to put all new bearings in it. I kind of messed it up out there. Paul Clancy, the cars I bash are usually cheaper servos. I feel like, now, I broke a lot of servo horns with the LMT before I went with the Freestyle. Freestyle, or I don't know. Actually, I think it's got the Vidivan servo saver and all on it now. But I put the Freestyle one on, and that helped out. And I had to do a shock to give it some dampening. Actually worked out pretty good. That's on the back of the Mega Rift. Okay, I'll have to check out the Hobby Wing BL 1060s. I think I had one of those a little while before. Tim Clark. Buddy, I don't know. I don't think they're going to discontinue the Rift, buddy. That's a really popular vehicle, in my opinion. And notice it was just on the kits. It wasn't the RTRs, was it? From what I saw, it was just the Rift kits that had to sale. But all the bouncer guys, you know, they use Rift driveline and them things now. So, yeah, I don't think they're going to get rid of the Rift. I hope not. I don't know how they would revamp it either. No broken SMT10. All right, Chainsaw, you win. Endo's RC. What do you think about replacing foams with shock fluid in crawler tires? As soon as I join the stream. Replacing foams with shock. You want to put shock fluid in your tires? Are you trying for like the deal where they put the water in them so it's always at the bottom? Is that what you're going after? I don't see any reason to do that, in all honesty. Not in the RC world. I noticed that Traxxas Sledge is not far off from an X-Max. Yep, you're right. Jay-Z's RC. Chris Johnson. Joe, do you Vidivan knuckles and rear Vidivan knuckles hub for the Max in stock? I think I have for the Max. I believe I've got front and rear and the bell crank in stock for the Max. If you look up at the top, there's a pinned post. It's got my email address. Send me an email on that. I believe I've got those in stock in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. So, yeah. Send me an email on that, Chris Johnson. Marcus Landry, I enjoy building. Buddy, I like kits myself. I really do. but the time it takes to build a kit is really time consuming. So if I have a choice between a kit or a RTR, for the most part, I'm going to choose the RTR. Working, daily videos, track maintenance, you know, the time on the table, which is actually underneath right here, is kind of valuable, you know, the time, because I do the thing, swapping all that stuff around, the upgrades and all that, putting a kit together. I probably need to set up a whole different table somewhere else and just put the kits together. But when I do the kits, I try to show what catches my eye in the kit, you know. So I don't know. South Florida. Don't know if you already talked about those SCX6s at the Nats. Yeah, mine was one of them. Oh, I haven't put that video out to the public yet, have I? Dude, SCX6s, that was the first time I've actually had it on a trail like that, me and Steady Spin. It was awesome, man. We climbed some stuff that you would probably pass out if you were actually in the vehicle. It was so death-defying, you know. It was awesome. It was the best crawl I've ever had with the SCX6. It really was. Just an awesome crawl. And the video just doesn't do it justice. When I put the video out to the public, it's probably going to flop, in all honesty. But, man, it was so much fun driving that big old thing around there. It was just awesome. Oh, man, the SCX6s were awesome, man. And the Sherps, I put the Sherp video out, me and Crawlers and Customs. Man, we had an awesome drive with that, you know, and being able to get out and go through that stuff, man, they drew attention. Man, it was just an awesome thing, man. Just awesome to drive stuff that's different, that's not ordinary. So, yeah, man, it was awesome. Racing Saver, still blue Servo 3 World Pack. Yeah, the shock actually really worked out good on that Servo Saver. In fact, I've done the slow motion deal where you can see the spring oscillating before and after I put the shock on, I believe. I did all that. When I asked what length of limiting strap should I put on mine, I believe I've got the 90 millimeters on mine. I think it's 90. Might be 100, but yeah. Honestly, I think it was 90s. But yeah, I think so. Took me about 4 days to build my Rift, right? And 4 days, was that, this is Mir, was that like all day or just in the evenings? So I've built a bunch of vehicles, you know, but I'd rather have the vehicle. I'd rather tear into a vehicle that's put together than to build one. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's the exploration of opening up an axle that I haven't ever seen inside of before, you know, something like that. Yeah, South Florida, I thought it was a beautiful video myself. And that video was actually 29 minutes long. And I had cut it down to, what was it, like 18 minutes or something like that. So there are some climbs that just aren't there. If you guys want, I'll put all that back into my editor and make it for members only. If you guys want, you'll be able to see even more footage of that. But I think you'll be bored, in all honesty. Tim Clark, I really like the Sherp video. That was a good drive. And what you guys don't see is to get my Sherp to work, I actually had to tap the bottom of the chassis with a rock. One of the motor brushes was stuck or something. So before I go up to Beat the Creek next month, I got to make sure all my motors are working because Crawlers and Customs is going to be there again. And this time we're hitting the trails. So we're going to hit the water with these things. So, yeah, we're going to get all that again. Only things are going to get wetter. There was no water in this past video, but anyway, it was awesome. Major roads, what's my thoughts on the sledge so far? So far, mine has held up really, really good. However, if you're driving on gravel, the spur gear is made of pretty much like a pot metal, like what they use in the Max and X-Max. The difference is this does not have a gear cover, so it can get the large debris in it, and you're breaking the spur gear. And as of currently, there are no good quality steel spurs available for it. So, I mean, the gear quality is fine if it was enclosed in a gearbox, if that makes any sense. It's too much open for debris, and Traxxas should have known that. EK Pauly, what's up, Joe? Any chance you will do an Exoplex open day on a Saturday? Well, I know I'm working this Saturday. I'll probably have it open this Sunday as usual. But I think I'm off next weekend, which means I may actually be able to get there. Joe, I'm having trouble trying to email you. exocagedrc@yahoo.com. That's the correct email. Are you on my yeah, that's the correct email. exocagedrc@yahoo.com. You could try my alternate email. I'll post this up. orpro@att.net. I've got like 7 emails, but you can try this one right here. See if that one will work. My last riff took me 4 days. Okay. So maybe full 4 days. Gotcha. Swap the motors out in the shirt for some Holmes brushed. It actually has a nice 550 motors, but they're 55 turns, so they aren't very strong. I thought about putting some 45 turns in there or some 35s, but then I think the gearboxes are just going to break. So I don't think that would be such a smart idea. Get to work, Paul. RC Recreation. Hey, buddy. 1998 Jeep Cherokee. My only issue with kits is I build them in about 4 hours and then I have to wait for the next one to come in to build. You build a kit in 4 hours? That's like a record. I can't build them that fast. I just can't. Oh, man, that Disney. It's been a while since I went there. Last time I went down to the Disney area, I went to MGM. I think that's what it was. I went to the Harry Potter thing, which was awesome. I saw Optimus Prime up there. Did a few of the rides. Yeah, it was awesome. What's weird is when you go. No, it wasn't. It was Universal Studios. You go in there and man, you see all these witches and wizards walking around like, oh my god, this is so weird. But it was kind of awesome. And the Harry Potter thing was packed. I don't know why, I just had to go. But anyways, I've been into my Rift a lot. Yes. Mahir Kahula, yeah, they're really meant for like swamp wetlands and dirt travel and trails and stuff like that. They're so short that they, flip over. They've got a great center of gravity to them. I mean, everything is right at the bottom. The balance is wonderful, but they don't like to climb very much. Not much at all, as a matter of fact. I won't get back to my kit till you clean up from running RCs after work repairs. Yeah. All season shredders, drift cars. I went over to my buddy Richard's place and he has this nice little drift thing and got me thinking about trying to buy a drifter. And I posted up in the community post, I believe it was $389. MST had a nice two-wheel drive one. The steering turns like this. And then I go over there and he has 2 of them. It's a really nice car, but I don't see $389 worth in it. So, I mean, what would be a quality two-wheel drive drift car for somebody that's not going to ever get serious into drifting, but might want to go cut a few donuts? And it appears the two-wheel drive ones are the ones to get right now, not the four-wheel drive ones. Seems everybody likes to dislike on the four-wheel drive ones, which I think are fun, in all honesty. I'll try to come this Sunday. Yeah, it'll probably be open Sunday unless we get some bad weather or something. Mark Vassar, catch you later, buddy. Yeah, it is. Oh, wow. We are already into 8:23. We are, dang, we're closing up on that second hour. Dang. This has been a good one, guys. You guys have kept me going. This is awesome. Ah, yeah, they take time. Probably already talked about it. Have you seen the new Rift tires from Proline? New Rift tires from Proline? No, sir, I have not. Oh, what? Are they Swampers? I guess I need to look up Proline 22s. I crashed my Rift so hard it stripped the gears in the Reese 99. Holy moly, how in the world did you strip a shift servo in a crash? Chainsaw, you accomplished something, buddy. Yeah, you accomplished something, that's for sure. Wow. HPI Sprint 2. I had an HPI Sprint 2 many years ago. But many years ago. Four drive. So the MST is as cheap as it gets for two-wheel drive. If you want dirt cheap, Red Cat makes an all-wheel drive. I got a baseline Yokomo kit for $230. See, I'm actually fine with a cheap Red Cat. I'm actually fine with that. For what I'm going to do, maybe I need to look at that. I know if I take it to the USTE, they were drifting a lot of them cars around there, and I tell you, it was... I actually got to drive one. I got like 2 out of 10 drifts that were actually decent. So, 1985 ATC 250R. That was the only damage. I don't know how you managed to do that. It must have kicked out a gear or something, man. And then just slammed that horn. Mickey Thompson is what he's talking about for the new Proline Rift tires. Okay, I've got to look them up. I'm maybe buying some new Proline tires. All right, let me see. Proline. I should not be doing this. I'll put the phone down because you got me wanting to look them up right now. Drifting isn't so easy, George Mitchell. No, sir, it's not. It's when I was trying to drift it, I wasn't letting the gyro work like what it's supposed to work. So I was kind of fighting the gyro and all that, but plus I was using 2 hands, which is kind of odd. I have a 20-hour tubing that thing. All drive is super easy to have set up. Tuning. All right, Chris, cool deal. I'll check that out. I broke a 79 Rift. It was, but not crashing, shifting at speed on low. Okay, so yeah, it shock loaded the gears and everything. Okay, we need more Rock Racer action. It was so awesome. Oh, George Mitchell, when I go up to Beat the Creek, they've got a hill, and there's going to be a lot of bouncer stuff going on there. So yeah, hopefully it'll be in the daytime so I can actually get better video. I'm really surprised at the quality I was able to get with my iPhone at night with the lights. I was really surprised that it turned out as good as it did. But yeah, I hope to get a lot of nice footage up at Beat the Creek. So I'm really looking forward to that. The Vanquish Phoenix, is that a RTR? No, sir, it's a kit. Took me quite a while to put together. The SCX6 Swampers, those are nice too, but I haven't got those yet. And heck, the drive that we had up at Little Rock City, I did not see a need at all to change tires. But the Swampers are a nice tire, man. They really are. Well, Paul, if you're going to get the Rift, those deals I think run through the 22nd, I believe it is. So if you're going to get a Rift, you might want to go ahead and grab it, buddy. I mean, is it 130 off the kit? 140 off the kit? See, my luck, I'll end up getting the Mojave EXB, and then next week, that'll be on sale for $200 off. Go figure, huh? Honda, man, I don't know, man. They run gyros on those drifters a lot. I mean, I think the gyro keeps it straight even when it's, sliding around stuff, and you just kind of tap it a little bit to kind of make the turn. And at least what I think about it, I mean, I did drift a four-wheel steer bouncer years ago. I did drift a Traxxas Summit as well. That was back when they had the 1/8 scale drifters. When they drifting just came out, had the 1/8 scale out. I forget the brand. It was one of those off brands. It was actually pretty neat though. You guys like that night video? I had to get out because I had to go back. I had to go get some sleep, but they didn't finish up till after 1 o'clock in the morning. There was just no way I was going to be able to stay there and take care of all that. And the cell phone service was garbage for me at AT&T. Just absolute, utter garbage. I wanted to do live streams with you guys. I wanted to do all that stuff while I was there, but there was no chance at all of being able to do that. I really wanted to go live and show you guys everything going on, as it happened, but it just wasn't. Just didn't happen. Her sales are down. Her blockbuster sales. Yeah, Paul, Jay-Z's later, buddy. Paul, I kind of wonder if they pushed it a little bit too far and had to do a little bit of a correction, on the prices. I mean, at some point, you gotta, come back to make these things affordable. Some of these vehicles are extremely expensive. I think I might be closer to $14K so far this year at this point in time. I do think this is a cheap month for me, though. I haven't bought anything big yet. I don't think I bought anything big. I did. Never mind. I bought the electric conversion kit for $12.50. I did buy something big. I was thinking there must have been something, but yep, that was the Raminator conversion. Mickey Thompson Pro drifts specific gyro, and some people have module that smooths out your throttle input. Now, as far as the throttle, you can actually mix that with like the GT5 radio. It actually has a throttle mix that works with the steering gyro. So yeah, you could actually, I guess, tune that. It's set up to where if you have the gain for the throttle with the gyro, as you turn it, the throttle comes down. Not sure if that would help on a drifter or anything. What was the cut and tuck comment those guys were talking about at the comp in reference to the Hyrax tire? Oh, the cut and shuts. What they do is they take like a 1.9 Hyrax and they make them into a 2.2. And the thing is, they get the full 2.2 size. They want like about 5.3 inches or something, right? Which is actually a really good class 3 size tire. I wish we could get more of them, but it also kept the tires skinny. Getting through those gates is the absolute #1 goal of everybody, so that's why they do that. Traction was just insane out there. It was just awesome. Phenomenal. Armor's going out of business and being bought out. Yeah, if Armor was to go out of business, man, all the turmoil and butthurt Arma fanboys when the Sledge came out, man, it was crazy. Oh, they're the same copy paste. They were not the same copy and paste. In fact, when I put them, up against each other on the track, the Creighton got a win pretty easy. But anyway, I can do the test, and what happens, you guys see. That's all there is to it. I use a Traxxas TXI to drift. Okay. Yeah, the Traxxas gyro or the TMI, actually pretty good. Got those helmets great with grass moss discount $200. I'm happy with it. Yep. Matt Harris, most forwards, he released some 30% overdrive gears for the TRX4 and 50% underdrive. Wow, you put a 30 up front and a 50 in the back. That's serious. Christopher Panker, are there any plans to more upgrade parts for the SBR 2.0? I think I've got everything for the 2.0. I don't have the upper arms though. Well, I think I do, but I got the solid ones, not the adjustable ones. But I'm fine with my SBR 2.0 where it is. Not that much, but $1,000 a month is very easy to do on parts tires. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Paul. And Ellington, thank you, buddy. Paul Klein, yes. Grace Digger, 200 off. Even the rollers of steel. I'll need tires alone, $100. Yeah, Eric. I made all-wheel drive Mini Z drift cars. You know, he showed me one of those little Mini Zs. That thing was pretty darn awesome. The little Mini Z drift cars. I'll get over there and shoot some video of this little drift track. It's a small little drift track, but man, you get 2 or 3 of us on there, it's gonna be awesome. It'll be like Crash Derby. Yeah. Now some of the gates are actually wide, but the way they're set up, and like when this is George Mitchell. When we set a gate, you know, we have a gate here, we have a gate here, here, and everything is in an order. Then they'll have a climb here and a climb over here, and you got to get around to it or around something like that. And reverse is a penalty. So that's a lot of reason why them guys are running 40 and 50. Some of them even said they were running over 50% overdrive. This is because they could get the sharp turns and not be stuck into a reverse situation. Now, reversal is only a point, but a point's a point. A boost feeling into the throttle, so an above half throttle picks up big time. Okay, so they mess with the throttle curve is basically what they done. Thoughts on the little attracts Teton, this one from my local. Yeah, Lyle and Alyssa, enjoy, have fun, jump it, and have a good time. I've never had one of those. There were some awesome bouncers, buddy. They were some of the top RC bouncers on the East Coast in the world was there. So yeah, they were there. I didn't like the whole nationals. It didn't really get to me that it was the #1 crawling event in the country. Didn't really dawn on me too much all the time I was there. I'm thinking, okay, a gate, no big deal, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was the biggest crawler event. Having to figure that out and get that to me. When I saw Nabil, he got the trifecta all the way across. He got 1, 2, and 3. I saw him, he was just sitting there like in a daze, I guess contemplating what he had just done. And I think it was at that point that was like, wow, this really was a big event. Even the organizer said that this is a big deal. You know, they said that, but it took a while for it to sink in with me. It really did. Might more SBR vids. I got to go find a new area to run the SBR. Back here just isn't really suitable for the SBR. Josie Wilds, hey buddy. And the Creep 6. I still have the Tekin ESC in the Creep 6 too. Was there a 6x6 class at the comp? There was not. Nobody was even messing with a 6x6. I should have took Creep 6 and run some of them courses afterwards. I really should have. It just wasn't even on my mind to do. But that would have been awesome. It's amazing what those things can get through. George Mitchell. Let me go and show you guys where I'm at with mine. All right. Creep bottom. Look at what I've done to the bottom side here. I'm going to try to use those as a slider, and then I cut the backs up like you see right there. Right now, it's just kind of like stuck in there. I got a 850 Ovonic 3S. Got the ESC out of Thor. GT5 receiver. The BEC is out of Thor as well. The wheels are the Pro builds. And the fronts, if you look at them, look at that center hub right here. Look at that center hub. See how that is set up? And I show this in the video. The rear is different because the front is a Capra housing and the rear is a 10.3. And I kind of wanted that rear to come out just a little bit. So, and I've also got the offset shock tops on here. And of course I ordered the wrong darn springs again. So I ordered more springs so I could try to get it tuned up. But so far this thing is running pretty darn good. Got the J Concepts Tusk on it. I got the 2-stage 3B RC foams. So those are on there. The V3 2040 kV revolver snub nose. It's got the Crawlmaster Mini ESC and everything. So this has got the transmission, the UGRC transmission as well. And it actually feels like it. I think it's got about 40% overdrive is what I think it came out to. And I'm pretty sure I got the stock portal gears from the Capra and from the 10.3 in here. It's not light. It's right at, it's a good solid 6 pounds. This is not a lightweight vehicle. So, but it seems like it's going to work out pretty good. Looking forward to getting more springs so I can get those taken care of. I got to figure out, I got to try to find the stickers for the windows and then figure out a paint scheme. It'll probably be just a simple paint scheme. You guys can see where I run it actually. See where I rolled it? Yeah, I gave it a good drive. You guys will see. All right, here we are. Back to questions here. Got off track again. Let's see. What's my favorite RC? Alan Keller. Okay, crawlers. Okay. Your first RC crawler. If you're going to drive it like you stole it, TRX4. If you're going to drive it like a crawler and competition style crawl, go with the Element Ecto. And those are the ones that I personally have. So that's kind of why I go with those. I'm not going to tell you to buy a brand that I don't have, that I don't understand. You know, there's possibly a lot better options out there. But I know those are what I've got, and they work really good for me. What was the first place prize? In all honesty, I'm not exactly sure. I know they got a nice big trophy. Nabil also got like a belt. So he actually had 3 like WWE style belts that he put on. So at the end of the video, when I did the awards video, you can see them. They're on there. What links did I use? I don't even know if I got the right links. They're pretty much all Capra links. But I've got the same links front as I do the front links are actually longer than the back, which is kind of weird. I expected the belly to be more forward, but it's front links and top links, basically off of Capra. And I had to order a whole nother Capra link kit to actually make this go together. So, but anyway, yeah, all Capra links are what I've got on there. All right. No. Outdoors Avengers, hey buddy. Snap-on rig is sweet. Wish I could get parts from Traxxas to make one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the guy offered me one of those, and I'll make you a deal on it, $1,000. And I'm like, buddy, it's not worth $1,000 to me. Beautiful truck, but it is not what I want. Can we talk about how you make an open diff lock? This is steady spin. If you want to lock it up, JB Weld. Clean it out, stuff it in there. Make sure you put it together before it hardens, and go for it. That usually gets it. Chainsaw, them TRX4s are tough, buddy. I didn't see the belts. Oh, you did watch it to the end. Gotcha. What's the best upgrade shocks for Traxxas UDR? I've upgraded everything to Vidivan, but can't seem to. On the front, or got the stock shocks on the front. The rear, it's got the dual shocks in the rear. The front shocks with the springs are actually off of a Techno ET48. Those are what I use for the front of the most forward spring shock. The other shock is just a stock shock for that. I haven't really messed with a lot of different shocks on it. So, other than the Techno shock. Wheels, what do you think about custom Swamp Buggy RC? I haven't seen that. Are they making replicas of like the Swamp Buggies like they do in Naples, where they're racing across the water and doing circles? That would be cool to see. But if I was to do that, I'd probably run the, I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. If there's a video or something, you know, I want to see it. But yeah, it would be awesome. It would be awesome. Vince Lee, Horizon Sail breaking me. Outcast or Creighton? The Outcast is better for stunts and wheelies and backflips. The Creighton is more stable. They got the same driveline. So if you're going to break the Creighton, you'll also break the Outcast. And Vince Lee, if you're going to buy one of those, use one of my links. Haha. I believe we got them at A-Main or Horizon. CX10. Okay, got you there. Honda Man, Mike Morrow. Creighton for stability, stunts for Outcast. Yep, Mike, we're on the same page, buddy. I do have a TRX4 drive shaft in my parts box for some reason. Do you have a two-wheel drive truck somewhere? Have you ever had an issue with Team K&K hardware just popping heads off? No, I haven't had that yet. Why are the heads popping off when you're tightening them down? I haven't broken any yet. I mean, the UGRC is all set up with Team K&K. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. No, so far it's all held up good. I haven't popped any of them loose. I actually haven't even stripped any of the hexes out of them yet, in all honesty. And with stainless, it's usually a little bit softer, so you can actually strip the hexes out a lot easier. So, but anyways, $2 whiskey, anti-foams, real thought, worth every penny. Simple as that. Actually, I've got some foams from Steady Spin. I got some 1/9 Steady foams I need to put in something. I got to get those done as well. Is there parts from Vidivan for the Slash? I don't believe he has made any parts for the Slash. When you did the interview at the event, I loved the bumpers on the truck. Nice and small. Yeah, that was with the, Jock. Brock. Rock. Yeah. Thing was awesome though. Pick some up. Love the live thing. Thank you, $2 whiskey. $2 whiskey. What's his name? I was it was Brock or somebody, wasn't it? Okay, Steve, I see your email. MGM. All right, good deal. Have you replaced the SCX6 front bumper yet? Yeah, I actually had a Power Hobby lighted front bumper and all that on the front. Got the pencil on the back, which I actually took the front bumper off when I was at LRC, Little Rock City, Alabama, and it made a world of difference. It was actually poking out. I've got the Vidivan bumpers as well. So I guess I need to do a video swapping over to the Vidivan bumpers, which are a little bit tighter bumper. You know, they're not so bulky. They don't have lights on them or anything, but they're a little bit tighter bumper that fit the body a little bit better, I think. So I need to do that one as well. I missed the Losi 5T 1/5 sale, but I got LMT instead, $1,200. Still a lot of money. Yeah, it is. The one you had on at last was catching on everything. Yeah. Yeah, I like the bumper though, you know, all the lights and everything was actually really nice, but it was catching on stuff. Lyle and Alyssa, Vidivan parts for the Limitless. I believe all the 6S bulkheads that Vidivan has will go right onto that. Possibly the steering knuckles and rear hubs. It's just the 6S parts, I believe. So often watch the live things while I wrench. Good to see you doing it. Thank you, buddy. It looked cool, but not practical. Yeah, and we found that out when we hit the rocks. Me and Steady Spin, you know, I was grinding that stuff all over the place. I actually put a big gouge in the front of that where I'll hit a rock. So I do got to swap that over to the Vidivan, which actually, like I said, tucks up a little bit better. It doesn't, like the front on that one's kind of like big old jaws coming out, kind of like Rick and Morty. You know, the big jaws just hanging out there, catching on stuff. And the tires with the portals kind of have a little bit more of a swing to them, scrub, and it actually was contacting it. So, yeah, got to get that fixed up. I haven't stripped the first K&K head or thread, but I've had 5 pop their heads off over nothing. Hand tighten everything. I don't know. I mean, he orders like bolts by the hundreds of thousands. So, I don't know. Maybe somebody was on a Friday when your bolts were made. I don't know. So when I get my Team K&K bolts, I typically buy them right at the USTE. You know, he's there. He's got him a boost set up. So that's where I go buy my K&K bolts at. I pick them up. I believe my last set was the 800 mega pack. I believe it was. So that's, like I said, that's what I've been using on the UGRC. So we were down to 10 minutes to go, guys. 10 minutes. Oh, man. And then I get to start setting up. I mean, let me see what videos I have uploaded. I'm thinking about putting the conversion video up. The Raminator. What do you guys think? I got the DBXLE. I got the X-Max with the wide axles. The Epic Crawl, Steady Spin. I got that one to put up. The electric conversion. The electric conversion first drive. And I believe those are the ones I've got in stock right now. And I've got like 2 more in my editor. Oh, man. Yeah, man. Vince Lee, bronze member. Welcome, buddy. Awesome. Glad to have you. If you go to the main channel and you scroll down, there should be a area for members. And at that point, you can watch the videos. When I set them to come up at 5 a.m., because believe me, I'm not up at 5 a.m. 5:10 is when my first alarm goes off, but at 5 a.m., that's when the videos come up, and I schedule them. So I set everything up the night before. And it's closing on 9 o'clock, so I'll probably have whatever video is going to go up, which might be the electric conversion video. Probably have that set up, and when I get that set up to go, at that point when I schedule it, it goes to a private, and it's not viewable by members or anybody. It's just sitting there waiting to go up at the scheduled time. George Mitchell, Raminator is so pricey. Yes, it is. It's a small crowd. Yes, it is. Not many people have them. They're expensive, buddy. And very, very few people have the Sherps. You don't realize how rare they are. And then we have 2 of them together. That's even more awesome. Mr. 9098, you want to see the Jeep SCX crawl video? I might get that one set up if my conversion video fails and just dead to the world. Maybe I'll have that one set up for a lunchtime release. So we'll have to see. My SCX-10 was ran over by a car. My neighbor's friend turned around in my driveway and crushed it. The dude crushed your truck in your driveway and ran off. I would go talk to your neighbor and have some words with that friend. That was bullcrap, dude. And yeah, I can see it being a total loss. That sucks, man. Yeah, heck no. George Mitchell, do the shirts really come from Russia? Can we even get shit from Russia now? Honestly, I don't know. Hold on. They do come from Russia. They absolutely do. Can we get anything from there? I don't know. Can we pay there? I actually have $600 on another one. And when I paid, this was before the whole Russia invasion, before the Russia invasion, it actually, the money went, but it kicked my card out of PayPal. I had to call PayPal and get my card back in to PayPal to make it where I could start doing business again, you know? So yeah, it was sketchy before they invaded Ukraine. So I don't know what's going on now, but I do have money in for a brand new shirt. Just I'm not sure when I'll ever be able to get the thing. So, oh man, you say you got your capper balanced about 16-inch wheelbase. It should be good at jumping up hills. Beat the creek, heck yeah. Hopefully I get all my Vidivan stuff in because I need some links, knuckles, and rear arms for the Beat the Creek. So I'll have some spare parts in case something crazy happens. Oh, Stocking. Oh, bronze member. Welcome, buddy. Make sure you scroll down and check those members only videos out. Usually when I put those up, it could be 2, 3, it could be 4 or 5 at a time. Sometimes they'll be up for maybe a day. Like at events, I got to rapid fire and knock these out, bam, bam, bam. So I'm not able to put them up to, for previews and all that. But when it comes to normal videos, usually they're up for at least a day, if not more. $4,000 on your max, your 110 max. I don't even know if you're at $4,000 on that. I'm not even sure I need to add mine up. George Mitchell, where do Vidivan parts come from? Arthur Singh in China, around the Shenzhen area, owns and makes the Vidivan parts. He has his own shop. He has his own machines. They're all made in-house. So, yeah, it's in-house. When he says it's 70-75, you can bet your bottom dollar it is 70-75. He's also doing drive shafts, hardened steel gears. He's getting into that. So he's doing all kinds of stuff. Tammy Rimmelard, how do you not strip your X-Max diffs? I try my best to never land under throttle. If you're going to jump an X-Max, let off that throttle just before you land, especially in a backflip. If you're doing a backflip and you're holding full throttle all the way till you land, you're going to be replacing gears a lot. Pinion gears, ring gears, diff gears. Just let off that throttle just before you land and you'll save yourself a lot of money in parts and pieces. Plus, you'll be able to enjoy your vehicle longer before having to repair it. So a lot of that is driving. Also, traffic. Boom, I ran because I thought I was in traffic. Wow, right into traffic. I bet somebody felt that. Daniel Rodriguez, yes. Usually buying your vehicle is the cheap part. The mods are where the money's at. Would I ever invest in a buggy for my track? What kind of a buggy? Like a two-wheel drive or something? I recently got a Lucy Mini B and man, I love it. I like the little cars, but they're not really my thing. I like the crawlers and stuff, but again, I tend to stay towards the larger vehicles. Plus, larger vehicles are easier to record, and that's also easier to work on. I don't have to use my .05 right here and squint and try to go find some glasses to see the darn bolts and pieces. It's right here in front of me. I can just grab it and go. The SCX6 is super easy to work on. Big parts, easy to work on. Oh, the raw builder's kit. You get a deadbolt for $240 aiming to replace that crushed car. Yeah, the deadbolt's not bad. That's a tough one, Daniel. I would probably go ahead and choose both in stock form. Oh, man. The UDR is beautiful. So is the SBR. But I would probably choose... I don't know. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I'll take the SBR because it's bigger. Both trucks are fantastic. I think the SBR is a lot stronger as well. My X-Max has the same setup as your wide X-Max XLX2 1100 2020 capsule system. Sent it off for a double backflip and broke both discs. Got to watch that landing. I did a triple backflip with mine. You better step it up. But 25-30 gearing, that's crazy gearing for that motor. It really is. I actually took my gearing out. I did my triple backflip with 25-30 gearing. Right now I got a 24-tooth pinion with a 35-tooth spur gear. So it's geared down. It's way more mild. It's not as wild as what yours is. So yeah, it's super tame now, but runs good though. So, all right, so we are at the 2-hour mark, 9 o'clock. So let's go ahead and start rounding this one out and get this one finished off. I want to tell you guys, it's been absolutely awesome. You guys have kept me busy tonight. Thank you guys. Rapid fire questions on all kinds of everything. It's just awesome. Really appreciate it. Stock and all, been out of the hobby a long time and just jumped back in with a Max. Great truck, already chipped the spur gear. Well, the good thing about the Max is all the X-Max spur gears fit. So if it's an aftermarket X-Max spur gear, you can put it on your Max. So that's a pretty awesome thing about that truck. The Mojave is more of a racing SCT with IFS. I do think it outperforms both of them, but it's not really the same class of vehicle. The UDR and the SBR 2.0 is a trophy truck. The Mojave is just a big short course truck, big 1/8 scale short course truck or 1/7 scale. So they're not really the same. Still a really good vehicle though. 8-shot conversion on UDRs, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Eric, Matt Harris. Yes, sir, buddy. RC Rick, thank you for having a great stream and bringing us all together. Man, thank you guys for being here. Absolutely awesome. Daniel, definitely not a scaler. That's true. If scale is your thing, it's going to be the UDR or the SBR 2.0. It's just that simple. I'll look forward to Tuesdays when I'm off work. Thank you, George. That's RC. Hey, buddy. Thank you. George, Douglas, you guys spend so lavish on RCs. For huge aftermarket support. Oh, season shredders. It's just super glued the heck out of your finger. Man, I got some super glue the stuff that's I guess it'll be all right. Why not? That's awesome. Took the girlfriend out and bought her a granite. Oh, but the granites are good. The granites are good, though. Timmy Rimmler, what your X-Max, there's just so many to choose from. Yeah, the Raw 500 is good. Also look at the Power Hobby 729 and put them in. Use a horn for a Traxxas UDR. Use a metal horn, and it goes right in really nice. Have my UDR built. Yep. Yeah, we get more. I say energy parts and Trio wheels. Yes, sir. I had some Trio wheels on mine for a while. Love what you're doing on your channel. Thank you, buddy. It's Gorilla Glue. Did you see my Gorilla Glue test? Gorilla, Amazing Goop, Shoe Goo, and E6000. Yeah, E6000 kicked everybody's butt. But that was a different type of glue. It was more the flexible epoxy style glue, not the super glue. That's a different ball game there. If there's more, please watch all of them. UDR. Don't I have a UDR video in the members area? Let me check. DBXLE XMAX. I have not uploaded my UDR video. I've got a UDR video actually. What did I do? Oh, the new Vidivan splined rear axle shafts for that thing. That's what I did. Let me look. I don't know why I haven't. Okay. I have a UDR video coming up soon. I haven't even uploaded it. I'll probably get that uploaded tonight and set that up for members in the morning. So, the Reef 300 fast winch. I did not see the Reef 300 fast winch at the Nats that I know of. Everybody was slow. But that 300 winch is going to be awesome. Maybe it was on the main channel. I need to watch it. Yep. I'm not sure when it'll be up, but I've got it labeled as UDR done. So that means it's ready to upload. I don't know why I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'll go through and check it real quick. What's your favorite trail crawler transmission? Trail crawling transmission? The Stealth X by Associated. The ones you get in the Element trucks. All great videos. Keep them coming. And for convincing me to get the Ecto. Awesome, Jeff Ramsey. Ecto is nice. Okay, guys. Running a little bit behind here, getting out of here. You guys are just on it. It's hard to leave when everything's just coming. But anyway, guys, it's been absolutely fantastic. You guys are awesome. Welcome to the new members. Welcome, you guys. Hopefully I can make it worth your while. And you guys are awesome. And it is time for me to get out of here because I've got a Raminator video, the electric conversion video, to put up tomorrow morning, bright and early. And I've got to figure out why I haven't uploaded my UDR video, which I really need to do. Ooh, UGRC 5. I got 3 videos to get uploaded. Part of fun, right? Anyway, guys, I saw the SSD Trail King is actually on sale on A-Main. Oh boy, here I go talking again. But yeah, I'm tempted to get that, but I got so much stuff going right now. Anyway, guys, go ahead and get this done, because if not, you guys will have me talking until midnight. And I have got, oh God, have you ever drove about the ProBoat 42 Blackjack? I have not yet. I don't know about that one. Bill with the B. Yes, I'm going to beat the creek. I sure am. I will be there. Proline Baja Pro 2.9. 2.9? That's for the SEX6? That could be a wild one. And they won my tire test. I'm sorry. Oh, C's, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out of here. Would you recommend the Losi DB? You guys need to relax. Would you recommend the Losi DBXLE? Yes. The number one thing it needs are new bulkheads front and back. You need some kind of metal to hold the ring and pinions together, because if not, they're going to be skipping. Okay, 2.2. All right, 2.2. Yeah, so I'll look up those. Hopefully it's that new compound that somebody mentioned to me. Camping there, I will be around that area. I'm more than likely just going to pack up and lay the seat down in the car and call it a night right there. So, factory team gears and I got just the stock RTR gears in my Stealth X. So, anyway. All right, guys, I'm about to hit that button to go ahead and finish this thing up. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Guys, I'm really doing it this time. You guys have a great night, and hope to see you guys again next Tuesday. Guys, catch you later.